Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Tung Sahur 130 here from Auto Club Speedway. And well, tonight is the beginning of the championship round here for the ASCA CLD Cup Series, where we will go through 3 races, starting with this one, to crown the champion. I'm joined here tonight with Marcus Vanderlee. How are we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great, fatter than ever. I'm looking forward to this race. Yeah, the home of In-N-Out Burger, California. Always a great racetrack here. Yeah, I think we're in for an exciting one tonight. First race of the new round of the chase, so there's a lot to expect. I don't know what to expect, but there's a lot.
Yeah, but as we look at the timing board right now, I believe less than 6 minutes left on the board. We have Corbin Collins up front, coming off hot from his Bristol win. Budemlick in second, Schmidt third, Wilson fourth. Good outing from him so far, and Carter rounding out the top 5. How do we feel about that so far?
Yeah, I think Collins is definitely one to watch out for. He's a non-chaser, but he's a non-chaser right now. But don't let him fool you. He's not gonna lay over just because you got 5 other guys going for a title. He's here to win races. He's shown it before. He's won twice this season, one at Rockingham, one at Bristol last week with the bump and run on Wilson. But Collins is someone that you want to watch out for if you're a chaser. He's not going to lay over for you, as we saw.
Yeah,
someone else I want to mention here.
Someone
else I want to mention, and we were talking about him before the broadcast started. Micah Walls. Led the points leaving the first round of the chase. But throughout the chase, it seemed like it wasn't the Micah we were used to. It felt like every time you saw him, he was, besides the first race at Chicagoland, he was kind of not really in the front all the time like we'd usually see him. So I'm really nervous. I mean, today's probably, I think, his best track, considering that this is very similar to Michigan, where we saw him win this season. I'm a little concerned with how he's going to do this last round of the chase. Is that going to be what does him in on the championship? Because we've seen him dominate all season. Ryan Kwan was able to close the gap to less than 10 points by the time the round was over. So,
and I do want to note here for our person that's third on the board right now, William Schmidt. He's finally got a sponsor, with that being the Sigma Performance Machine now, and well, it's finally good to see him get some sponsorship after some good runs here in ASCA.
Yeah, William Schmidt. We talked to him after the Glen. Chris Lilly came in and yelled at us for that. Yeah, William Schmidt finally seeing him with some sponsorship. Another guy to watch out for besides Collins. Schmidt's fast everywhere you go. You don't know what to expect from him, but he'll always find himself at the front at the end. Atlanta, you had him battling for basically the win until he got dunked by Terzak. You had him winning at the Glen. Nobody could beat him that day. And now today, looking pretty fast in practice, running third. I think we're going to see William Schmidt be a contender for today's win.
Yeah, I completely agree. We've seen it back at the last 2-miler of, well, that being, if I get off my tongue, Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. That was more of a Michael Walls win, which he drove away with the field alongside. He's not on the board right now, but that was Cole J. Wilson, who was, well, let's just say, we don't talk about last week for Cole J. Wilson. He, after, well, let's just say, rough racing at Bristol, that knocked him out of being able to be in the final 5 for this championship, and ultimately he's going to have to play a spoiler for the rest of these last 3 races now. So, will we see some magic again from him and Michael Walls, or you think it's going to be all the guys in the top 5 being up front?
The guys he got in the top 5, besides like how Walls has been performing recently, I think the biggest outlier when it comes to those in the top 5, I think, is Duncan Faw. He's like more of a mid-pack guy from what you see every week. I just feel like I don't see him at the front as much as you'd want someone in the championship 5 to be at the front. So, if stuff goes right for him, if he can make the right strategy calls and everything, that's what this track is. This track, as much of it driver's track as this is also a strategy track. No, where you pit, when you pit, that's going to come in super important. I'm going to reference this recently. I waited until my fuel was about to run out to pit at an Auto Club race, and because of when a yellow came out, it won me the race. So you got to really consider how you're going to play everything this weekend.
Yeah. And well, we got less than a minute now going into the qualifying here. I just don't know what to expect this time around. We've seen how these guys were fairly clean at Michigan, but it could be a different story with this field. It's unstable. You can get some good racing out of these guys, and you could get an absolute wreckfest, as we could say. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little bit hard to predict tonight, especially with the final round of the playoffs happening right now. We're just gonna see how it plays out from here on out.
As Gage Bennett plays roadblock in turn number 1, practicing burnouts that burnouts that we may not be expecting tonight. It could happen. I'm not saying that he's not going to win. It could still happen. But Gage Bennett's doing burnouts in turn 1 during practice. So practice is over. But no, the thing with Michigan, so Michigan is a very smooth track, right? They did that instead of Talladega. The drivers didn't get to have fun at Talladega that weekend like they were hoping. With Fontana, this is such a bumpy track that how you run it, you're actually going to see more driving standards from people this week than you'd probably see at Michigan. Michigan's follow the leader everywhere you go. This track, you've got at least 4 different lanes that you can run and go fast on. So really excited to see what people do this weekend.
Yeah, well, nobody's waiting now to get off the line here. We can see Corbin Collins, Dylan Fox, Duncan Fall, Michael Walls, Enoch Hancock.
Camden Ehrlich.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, they're all leaving pit road right off the bat here.
Yeah, you can see Corbin Collins. Look at him on the backstretch. He's weaving that truck back and forth, just trying to get some heat into those tires. Now he's going to run the outside of 3 and 4. Let's watch last week's winner on his 2 laps here, see what he can do. So
yeah, let's watch this. It's probably all about that first lap here, especially with how big the track is. So here's the first lap here.
Yeah, you see Collins diving all the way to the apron, getting as low as he can. So these trucks, these are more high downforce trucks, not low downforce like we'd see with the ASCA Cup cars come Monday night. These you can really get away with driving a little harder into the turns. You'll usually see these be about a second quicker. Collins really had to get out of the gas in 2 right there. You saw him drop all the way down to 166 just to not hit the wall. You're probably going to see him run high in the turn right here. No, he's not going to run high. Going to go a little low here, but yeah, no, a lot of guys, I think you're going to look and you're going to see them. AJ Lombardi's the only guy I really see running high to try and get a run off the turn here. Coming to his last lap, Collins back on the apron. First lap's going to be pole, but that's because he's the first guy to set a lap. Way better looking 1 and 2 that time for Collins here. Yeah, that time didn't have to get out of the gas. So we're going to see what he can do on the backstretch going into turn 3 here. And keep in mind, this is important for the chase. If I'm correct, there is a points reset for the final round. So this is super important for the chase. A pole can be a couple points, and any point you can get is important for these drivers. So you're going to want to see them pushing it as hard as they can just to get anything. Collins coming to finish his 2nd lap. Budimlik goes pole for right now, but Collins is not going to improve. Budimlik's on pole. And that was after his 1st lap. So this is a 1st lap track.
Yeah, take a look at Dylan Fox here starting his lap. But yeah, that top 10, that's people that we've seen all season long and a couple new ones.
John Babineau coming off of turn number 4. Not going to be a faster lap, I can tell you that right now. But John Babineau, we saw him win at Indianapolis this season. Really haven't seen much since. Last time I think we really talked about him, he got junked by Corbin Collins at Darlington. So yeah, this might be the pole for Budimlik here. We've got a couple people still to qualify, just looking for any heavy hitters. Dylan Fox is coming to complete his 1st lap. I mean, you got Justin Johnson, you got Cole Wilson, William Schmidt still waiting to qualify here. Schmidt's actually on his first lap right now. Actually,
Yeah, no,
a really nice looking turn 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, no, that looked great from him, as we're going to see him come to the line right here. Decent run right there.
Here we go.
And ultimately,
start finish line. 42.052. That's going to be enough for 5th. May not see improvement on the second lap, but we never know with this guy. Someone else I noticed that's in here while William Schmidt's on a qualifying run. Logan Doyle is making a start this season. For those who have been around the road racing community long enough, you might know him as Spider-Man 007. Nice to see
we're
him
just
out
making
here.
up names now, aren't we?
No, I'm not kidding. Look up Spider-Man 007 on Roblox.
I am not looking that up, dude.
Well, yeah, nice. Like I said, nice to see him out here. It's a guy I haven't seen in a minute. Yeah, Schmidt does not improve, 1 2/10 slower. So this is definitely, you had 1 lap to get this done. The second lap is just a filler.
Hey, you do that for the love of the game here.
Doesn't look like Cole Wilson's going to qualify.
Yeah, look, he just didn't choose to qualify here. He's going to start from the back.
Johnson on
Gilbert
lap
Ruiz
number
as well.
2 right now. Something tells me Johnson may have messed up his...
He might have tapped the wall in his first lap, so this is not going to be enough time for him to complete this lap here. So he's going to start from the back as well.
Yeah, Johnson, he just looks like he was struggling down the backstretch. Yeah, he got in the wall.
Oh, he tapped the wall again!
And thank gosh iRacing ended the session, because Justin could have really hit that pit wall, and
yeah,
that could have been it. Well,
now, what was that you were saying?
We could have had a really bad accident for Justin there. Could have ended his race weekend.
Yeah.
If iRacing didn't end the session. See, that's why you always pause your Instagram Reels, kids. Well, it's 250 in the session right now. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. 20% humidity. So we've got a little bit wind blowing 10 miles an hour west. This will be an interesting one.
Yeah, but I think there's a bigger fish to fry.
Who qualified 4th?
Yeah, well, guess what? We could be talking about that right now. Here's your lineup. Here for tonight's race here from Auto Club. Nicholas Budimlik starting on pole with Corbin Collins in 2nd. Ethan McCook 3rd with Edith Hancock 4th. William Schmidt 5th. Duncan Fall is going to be in 6th. Gage Bennett surprising us in 7th. Payson Lindsay's 8th. Mason Brown's 9th. Eli Bodine rounds out the top 10. Marcus?
Yeah, and Ethan O'Connor here qualifies 11th with Michael Walls qualifying 12th. Right now, the championship favorite, but we might see that change after today. Oscar Johnson-Lew is starting 13th with John Babineau starting 14th. Ryan Kwan starts in the 15th position with Jared Wilson starting in 16th. Ethan Moses is going to start in the 17th position with Lucas Sipka right alongside him. Logan Doyle's going to start 19th with Miles Davis in 20th. And Wayne, you want to take the last 10?
Yeah. River Jones, 21st. William Gregory, 22nd. Dylan Fox is going to be 23rd. Henry Kelloff rounds out row 12, 24th. AJ Lombardi, 25th. Levi Leip, 26th. Hunter Winkler is going to be 27th. Camden Elric, 28th. Cole Wilson's 29th to Justin L. Johnson, 30th. And for our last two, and what's that, Marcus?
Justin Johnson starting 29th with Mitchell in 30th.
Huh. That's surprising. Yeah, Gilbert Ruiz, 31st. Jacob Mitchell, who was just mentioned right now on his lineup's 32nd. But hey, that rounds out our field for tonight.
So correction on the last 4 spots. It goes Johnson, Mitchell, Wilson, Ruiz.
Well,
which actually, I don't think Ruiz is even in. Yeah, Ruiz isn't even here. Cole Wilson's not here either.
I think there's...
So it does not...
I don't think we have that much time in our hands. Marcus, what's your pick?
Give me... Let's go with underdogs today. You want to do underdogs today? I'm going to say... I'm going to go Bodine. I'm curious what Bodine does today.
Give me McCook. I'll take the 18.
Sounds good. Well, pace car pulls on in, and Wayne, you do the honors.
Yep, pace car is off. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this final round started. Let's go underway here from California.
Already looking 3 wide into turn number 1 here. That looks to be Mason Brown. Schmidt's going to block that immediately. They're side by side through one. Budimlich's got that inside advantage. Collins is going to have that run on the outside with Enoch Hancock right behind him.
Yeah, no, 3 wide going down the backstretch here. That's for third right now. Hancock with the run on the outside, but with this track, it's multi-groove out here. You can see these guys fanning out as they are right now. You can see the 99 up high, going where no one else is. It's a game of dirty air out here, folks.
Oh,
Game 10 around.
Spins it into the pits. Great move by the 18 not to spin it back onto the track. We're not going to call it yellow for that.
Yeah, no, great save by them. Let's go back through the field right now. The 70 and the 31 are trying to duel for second. Budimlich, they drag back into it.
Oh, Collins is going to get in the wall. Budimlich's also in the wall here. Collins is actually going to get a great run here. Going to try and force it to the bottom. Here comes Collins for the lead.
Yeah, no, Collins with a great run there. He got into the wall a little bit, but he's willing to risk it all here early on. Budimlich having to keep the high side here.
Oh,
but they're 3-1 for second, right behind.
Collins, you saw him try to go up, give that dirty air to Nicky, but that just did not work. Nicky had just enough of a nose. He's going to be able to get the lead back on this lap. Collins still on the inside, Duncan's off. It feels like we counted him out in practice. Here he is up at the front, trying to do anything for his title run. Right now, the second best title truck. Michael Walls has already made his way up through the field. He's right behind Pace and Lindsay.
Yeah, no, these guys aren't holding back so early on. You can see there, the 99 is giving the 90 a shove. Oh my goodness, Michael Walls is climbing his way through this field. It's crazy. Let's put it plain and simple.
Yeah. Oh, almost got the Budimlich, and he's almost in the Lindsay. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's gonna be 3-1 right now. They're beating banging.
You know, the only person who's happy to be up here is Corbin Collins, and that's because he's getting the heck away from all of this.
Yeah, no, you gotta hold your breath on some of these. They're 4 wide right now, and that's only for third by technicality. They are going crazy. They've gone mad.
That's
holy!
Yeah, you know, the people you gotta be worried for, I mean, not only these 4 chasers up here, but, you know, you got Ryan Kwan, who's actually working his way on the bottom here. You know, something happens up front, that could be the end of the road for some of these chasers if one of them gets caught in this.
Yeah, there we go, the 54 round. And that's Eli Bodine, the 54 of Lucas Sipka. That's our first caution today.
Is it too late to change picks?
No, yeah, no, sorry, man. I don't make the rules, even though I did explicitly state what we could pick. Let's take a look back at what happened.
You know, actually, it doesn't look like Bodine's really got that bad. It might just be Sipka that's messed up.
Yeah, no,
yeah, they come.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, they come off the turn here, and well, these trucks, I think I talked about this every single time. Dirty air in these trucks is a killer, and we saw it kill Lucas Sipka. Went high, and well, actually, honestly, that kind of looks more like a racing deal here, because Sipka came up, and the 07 came down a little bit. It sounds like Gavin Graham's calling that as a racing deal as well. So, well, those two are friends in real life. Imagine they're both talking about it right now. They're probably in the car right now talking about it. So, John Babbitt
here with Eli Bodine here. Yeah, no, just a little bit of net code, a little bit of contact. That right front of Lucas Sipka, yeah, no, that's a little bit beat up there. And well, let's put it plain and simple. His tires are gone with how long they slid down that track. So not good out there for the 54.
Well, and if you look at the amount of sets you have today, today's a 75 lap race. Really, you should be able to make it by on about 3 sets, maybe 4. So you do have 5 sets today, but you know you have that extra set just in case. And I think that's what Sipka was trying to save that for.
Yeah, no, you hate to see a little bit of a wrench already thrown in on lap 4 there. But for now, at least, we've seen that some people that are absolute draft masters in this field climb their way up already. You see Michael Walls already in 3rd. Oh, Ethan O'Connor out there kept his spot in 4th. Duncan fought his way to 6th. It's just a great time out here.
Absolutely, and we got actually I just realized we have 2 Chili's trucks up here at the front. Lindsay's
Oh
in
my god,
second and
yeah.
O'Connor's in 4th. Oh, the pace car. Oh my gosh, I thought that was someone driving through. We've all had that happen in a race before. We all thought the pace car was about to kill us.
Yeah. There's people like right behind it. And yeah, no, they're going for the photo op right now, those 2 Chili's trucks. You see that?
Yeah. Maybe someone is listening to the stream, may have heard us talk about that.
Yeah, there's not that much delay you'd think there is, so
Michael
he
Walls
definitely
looks
could
to
have
be
heard that.
faking. Curious to see who pits here. Maybe some guys who are further back. Let's see. Oh, Enoch Hancock almost got Lou. Looks like the first pitter is the 09 of Mason Brown. Actually fell off like a rock on the first couple laps. He started near the front, was 16th actually before that incident happened. Probably lost a bunch of spots checking up for it. So, sometimes I'm actually a pretty good view if you're watching Mason Brown's camera. Sometimes you just gotta say...
Just say no.
Yeah, just say no. Just brake and miss the wreck. And we were a lap behind with pit stops. I just realized that. I'm glad I hit live.
Yeah, Connor had that mistake earlier at Bristol, so glad
I
we
think
got
I
that
did
corrected
that.
early on.
I did that at, like, Darlington or something recently.
Yeah, and I did that once as well as the cameraman. Yeah, things tend to happen here.
Chris Lilly's done that as an official before.
Yeah, I think there's just way too many cases of us not hitting live, plain and simple. But yeah, do you think there'd be calmer on this restart, or do you think it's going to be even worse?
Well, the main guys you were looking for to move through the field here, I think, are where they were trying to get to. And before we go green, I should probably run and get a drink. But, these guys, bro, I got to use my voice for like 70 more laps of this. I better have something to wet my throat.
Yeah, I'm at the run during another yellow, if there is one.
The mellow yellow and water, that's the goal we're going with.
All right.
Coming to the green here.
Pace cars back off, fields doubled up, and they're closing in right now. 7 laps down already, and let's go back underway.
Yeah, and watch for wheel spin on these restarts here. A great start for Corbin Collins, takes Michael Walls with him. Lindsay, not so great of a restart after starting second here. And this restart, you didn't really see people fanning out until they got into 1, and even then there's really 2x2 most of the field. Difference on what 7-lap tires can do, and John Babineau was saying, I want to go to the inside, but he didn't really want to because he got loose. Lawyer Jared Wilson looking to the inside of Duncan Spawn, Ethan O'Connor.
Yeah, speaking of Jared Wilson, he hasn't really come to in these late races here in the Circle K Truck Series. First, it was a little bit in the back when we saw him at Darlington and Atlanta, but man, he's really stepped on the gas here in these late races.
Well, it's something we usually see in these truck races. On the front stretch there, you saw a train try to run past Michael Walls. Payson Lindsay was pushing Corbin Collins just to try and get himself ahead, and now he's going to have his draft down the backstretch here. Well, it's really going to help Walls. He's going to have that. Well, Walls was on the inside. Now he's swapped with Nicholas Budemlick, as Budemlick wants to look to the inside.
And you got to think as well with the draft games here as well, that as much as you hate to be on it in the corners, you're saving a lot of gas here on the straightaways. So it's a game of being behind somebody and when you want to and when you don't want to be. As you see here, the 99 gets freight train pass, but he's going to have the inside here compared to everyone else fanning out, trying to not get dirty air.
So the thing with dirty air as well is you're driving harder, you're turning harder, you're doing anything you can to make a corner here. So being behind a truck is actually, in a sense, it's really, do you care more about your fuel or do you care more about your tires? That's what you're doing if you're like choosing the lead versus choosing to be in the pack, be behind another truck. We saw how tight Collins got there, and that's a bit of a key to him being in clean air for a lot of the time. Collins making sure he can hold that top side here.
Yeah, and well, I just saw Boodumlik get past from the outside. If you go, when you get into that dirty air, it really stops you as well when it comes to getting back on the throttle, and you can just see when it happens here. They're bunched up right now. A little bit of a tap beat Hancock just gave to the O2 of Schmidt.
Hancock is getting way too close with some of these guys up here. A little worrying because I know he's trying to get in the Cup next season, but you know he gets in a couple wrecks here that could maybe hurt his chances at getting Gavin to approve him here.
Yeah, as you see here, Corbin Collins making a move on the inside. They're 3-1 for the lead.
Collins is going to have it in the one here. He's going to try and send it in there and slide back up, take the air away from everyone else. Walls is already countering that. He's going to go for the switchback move. Collins is going to try and get up in front of Lindsay, but Lindsay's also going to go for the crossover move. Collins, he's going to have a bit of a push from Fa, but it's not going to be in time. Michael Walsh is going to be able to jump in front of Collins. The two Chili's trucks are lined up with each other on the inside, trying to ride the density to the lead. Here comes Pace and Lindsay.
Never do that again. But anyways, you can see the freight train on the outside. The 99 tagged the wall a little bit. Yeah, no, these tires are starting to wear out here. It's a game of trying to hold on at the exit. But yeah, well, Michael Wall is leading already.
Yeah, Michael Wallace is now doing what Collins was doing earlier. He's just pulling away from everyone while they all battle.
Yeah, but when it comes to this track, he doesn't have a partner or anybody to really drive away, so it's only a matter of time these guys catch up back to him. As you see, the 61 and the 99 light up to try to catch back
Collins
up to him.
gets sideways! Collins up the track! Big left! Jared Wilson in the front!
Good Lord!
Jared Wilson is dead!
What?
Oh my!
All right, let's get
goodness.
a replay.
Bring the tarps. We gotta bring the tarps out. That's what we need to get.
All right, replay here with the. They got to the wall a little bit, and well, Corbin Collins wasn't clear, and he went up and just. Oh my! He just annihilated the 33. We're talking about him having a good day, and well, that was all for nothing. Now he's done for. What was? Hold on. Let's take a look from the blimp here.
Corbin Collins has been given an EOL just in case his truck's not destroyed. I think his truck is done. Yeah, just in case.
And take a look here. Yeah, no, just a checkup there. And well, Collins had nowhere to go. He tried going somewhere, and he got loose and just took the 33 with them.
Collins somehow has a truck left.
There's something on that truck still?
On the 71 at least, not the 33. He's done.
Oh yeah, no.
I think we need if we get a chance, we need to talk to Jared Wilson. I want to know what he felt through that wreck.
He might need to press charges for that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, we got Ethan McCook in the audience. We need to get Jared Wilson.
On board with the 33. Yeah, no. Bump there. It's just close quarters racing, and well, you're gonna see it right here. Oh, he grinded the fence bad there. Oh, yikes! I don't think we're legally allowed to show that, but yeah. Anyways, pit road's busy with a lot of damaged race cars and well, worn tires. Michael Walls winning it off pit road. The 17 of Hunter Winkler is going to be in second.
Well, fun fact here, my iRacing just crashed as we were talking about that.
I really can't believe Jared Wilson's death caused all that.
Jared Wilson's death caused my computer to crash. Cannot believe it.
We are Jared Wilson. We carry the flame.
Wait, Gavin was a speaker at 5:20. What was he doing?
I think it was on accident because I didn't hear much when we were interviewing, so.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully we can get Wilson in here. Want to hear from him. Wayne might have to take over a little of the commentary until I can get back in there because iRacing is
Well, we got time
showing.
under yellow.
Yeah, well, I might need to throw a red flag actually, just to make sure we can clean the track up properly.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of Jared Wilson I just saw in the safer barrier.
Nah, Jared Wilson. I mean, he's actually alive. Not
No,
Russell
I'm
Phillips,
not. I'm not
thankfully.
talking about the person. I'm talking about a bit of like a sheet metal.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah. If we're talking about the person, Russell Phillips was the case with him. Well, actually, it was the Ketrans because safer barriers didn't exist in the '90s. Hopefully, iRacing will let me join the session now. Let's see if it's still yellow on the join button. It should be green now.
What if it was purple?
No, it's okay. There we go. Now it's where I need it to be. Good. If it was purple, then I might be screwed.
Yeah, I think you might have went colorblind if it was purple. But anyways, we're gonna be 16 laps complete at this time by. We are double file coming down the backstretch here. It's gonna be Walls who picked the outside line and Ethan O'Connor on the inside. Schmidt's gonna be in third with Duncan Fall fourth, and Lindsay rounds out that top 5 there. But don't look now, we are not done yet with all the chaos.
Oh no, we still got plenty of laps for more of that. We've seen the trucks, we've seen how they behave. Anything could happen here. We saw Justin Johnson pulled off the most unlikely win I think we could have imagined. So anything could happen.
Yeah, true that.
Gonna send it over to Wayne here for this restart, as he is actually in the session right now.
Yeah. Anyways, double foul, 16 laps in. Going to be 17 at the line. Pace car is off. We are doubled up, and we are back underway here from Auto Club. Good start there by Michael Walls. Schmidt's is gonna be right behind him. O'Connor's gonna be left behind in the dust, but that Chili's team up right there, they're gonna keep it on the bottom here, going into 1.
Yeah, and turn 1 right now. O'Connor. Oh, speaking of O'Connor, I mean Lindsay got sideways there in turn 2. That could have gone really bad for him, but luckily he's still out here on the track. Still in 4th right now, as William Schmidt's up to 2nd. Michael Walls is the leader now that Corbin Collins is not up in the front right now.
Yeah, no, they're getting a little bit too close for comfort here out in the back for like 8th place. Well, River Jones and the 53 of John Babineau were kind of leaning on each other a little bit too much on the corner, mid-quarter right there.
I want to mention Corbin Collins is on the lead lap still, and he's still driving a car as we speak. He might not be out of this race if we get another yellow or 2.
Yeah, as they're going to be 3 wide right now for 3rd. It's a big, massive battle.
Oh, well, we got the 61. Duncan Fall around. Oh, we got another truck around the back here, too. That looks to be... who is that?
That's the 6. That's Camden Elric.
Camden Ehrlich. Yeah, Camden Ehrlich.
And no yellow, surprisingly. I think they were both Indy.
They're both below the white line. That's usually Gavin's rule with yellows, is if it's below the white line or really out of the way of the racing line, he's not going to call a yellow for it. I thought that being a chaser maybe would have been a special exception, but Gavin, being the good official he is, being consistent to the rules, that's what we like to see.
Yeah, no, the 6 got punted. I don't know what to say about that. That's kind of messed up, man. Well, let's go back to that 61.
Looking for the lead. William Schmidt tried to look to the inside, but Michael Walsh cut the advance off.
Yeah, no, that's the best we can do for replays for now. We got to get back to the actual race that's happening.
Ethan O'Connor's going to give William Schmidt a push. That's going to be really good for Schmidt. He's going to have a huge run into the corner here. Which lane does Schmidt go for, though? He's going to go to the bottom. He's going to look under Michael Walls. Michael Walls is going to be able to hold it strong here in the middle lane.
Yeah, no, that's a bit more banking compared to that bottom here. Schmidt's going to have to come up a bit more, and he's going to have less speed off the line here. And, well, Walls is going to be blocking both lanes here.
Walls is really trying to give Schmidt. What Walls is trying to do is trying to give Schmidt more draft compared to the 79 of O'Connor. O'Connor's really trying to make a run for it here. He's going to have a run off of 4 down the front stretch. O'Connor's not going to look to the inside. He's going to look to the outside. Smart move. He's going to be able to maybe pinch the 7 down, take the lead from him. They're going to be side by side in the one. It's going to be all about how Walls drives it in there. And keep in mind, Payson Lindsay, another championship contender, he's on the outside there. Walls does not want to let him by. He may be able to afford the 79. He cannot afford the 99, though. As the two Chili's cars, I'm not going to say that thing again, but they're going to go 1-2 here down the backstretch.
Yeah, good. You better not. But anyways, Chili's 1-2, but don't look now. Schmidt might get into this to try to take the lead away from both of them.
Michael Walls, he's just getting the train. He's getting freight train here on the front stretch as Enoch Hancock's going to actually look to the inside. Enoch Hancock has gotten back into the top 5. And, well, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get Walls off of 2 here. He's on the bottom. Schmidt's going to dirty air him as well. So Hancock's going to have to settle here. Maybe he can try and get the side draft. He's not going to be able to. He's going to get loose off of 2. Enoch Hancock's going to get freight train now. As the two Chili's drivers, O'Connor and Lindsay, work together, Schmidt's going to look to the bottom in 3. And, well, turn 3 is really one of the only places you can make the bottom work at this track. 1 and 2, usually you want the top, but really 3 and 4, you can run anywhere you want to and get away with it.
So
Lap
far,
23 out of 75.
Yeah, 23 laps in. And, well, for now, it's... You want to say it? You can say it this one time.
Yeah, the top 2 are riding the Dente right now with O'Connor and Lindsay. They tandemed down the backstretch past Michael Walls. And, well, they haven't really looked back. Michael Walls is busy trying to defend against any other advance behind him here, whether it be from Schmidt, Hancock, now Budemlick's trying to get in it. And Walls, he's going to try and slide it under Lindsay, but wasn't quite able to get there, but he's still pretty close to the 99. As one in the wall, it looks like someone that was next to Hancock. It might have been Budemlick.
That was Budemlick. Yeah, no, Budemlick in that 90. What the hell, man? What is this?
Dude, they're side by side for second right now. Running through the top 10 here. Let's go through the top 10. You got O'Connor in first, Lindsay in second. Both of them are enjoying a Presidente Margarita up there. You got Michael Walls, who's running third. William Schmidt's in fourth. Nicholas Budemlick's in fifth. Hancock's in sixth, trying to look for fifth. Logan Doyle has driven up to 7th place. Pretty good run for him so far, and I think what is his debut.
Yeah.
Battle for 8th right now. Gage Bennett and Justin Johnson.
Justin L. Johnson.
Maybe we should keep an eye on Gage. Maybe he might make something happen.
We gotta stop keeping eyes on people, dude. Every time we do, they wreck. We were like, yeah, Jared Wilson, great run so far. We found out he died.
Well, let's keep an eye here on the chasers, the 5 chasers.
That's more like it.
Gotta keep the title fight spicy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is pretty spicy now. The field is one long snake right now, but pretty much, well, for now at least, they're going to try to keep it calm.
The lowest chaser in the field right now, and surprising to say, Ryan Kwan, he has been struggling today. He's really not broken the top 10. He's running 16th right now. Lose another spot, he's falling behind Jacob Mitchell. So Kwan's going to need to find some speed here to try and maybe get himself in the top 10, keep himself in the title hunt after this race. You don't want to be all the way down here, especially at this point in the race. You know, you want to try and be in the top 10 as Kwan's looking to make an advance for 15th.
Yeah, you can see this further back. You can just see how much these guys have to handle the tire wear compared to up front. Because, well, let's just put it plain and simple. The front guys know how to manage tire wear a little better than the guys out back, but...
Well, the guys in the front here might actually be burning their stuff just by running the top. Michael Walls was able to drive it on the bottom there and slide up in front of Budemlick. Usually not something you should be able to do here, but, well, now we have a side-by-side battle for the second position here. O'Connor has the lead, but Lindsay's looking to get passed by William Schmidt. If Lindsay could just hold Schmidt down the bottom for a bit, it's going to be interesting to see. Where will everyone come out of this? Because Walls has a huge run. He's going to try and take that to the outside. Enoch Hancock gets in the wall behind him. That's going to allow Doyle to look to the inside for the 6th position.
Yeah, no, you can just see with these guys on the outside. They're running it hard, but they're just getting to the
Michael
wall right
Walsh
on
on the
exit.
inside.
Yeah, we're starting to see that bottom line come to a little bit more fruition with how much these tires are wearing out on the top side. So expect to see the bottom
Yeah.
being used a little bit more and more throughout this race.
Well, the goal is you want to be able to get to the point of tire run. You want to be able, if you're struggling to run the bottom while the other guy is running the top, you are in a better position if you're the one struggling to run the bottom. Because that just means you can run the top just fine compared to the other guy. And I think that's what a lot of these guys hope for, is that they're the ones who can prevail, who can struggle running the bottom. But if they were to move high, flying right around them. I've been in that position many times. And let me tell you, it's pretty fun when it gets to that point.
And while they're doing a little bit better than last time, they've gone a little bit further on a green flag run, and
Nobody's in the
well,
catch fence, so I think it's a success.
yeah, it's a lot more successful. It took a few sacrifices, but yeah, pretty good so far.
Next yellow, if we can, we do want to try and talk to Jared Wilson, get his take on that wreck. But we might have another wreck happening soon. Pace and Lindsay gets the wall up for, and well, everyone's been kind of getting themselves in the wall off of that turn. So Pace and Lindsay's trying not to let walls by. Remember, whoever finishes higher after this race, they're going to be the points leader, just based on if there was a points reset, I believe.
Yes, there
Right?
was. Everyone's got a clean slate right now, so that makes it a little bit more interesting to see what's at stake here. You got Auto Club, you got Martinsville, and then you got Homestead to crown the champion.
O'Connor pulling away because they went 3 wide for the second spot. Schmidt's going to slide in front of Walls, looking to slide in front of Lindsay. He's going to make that work, but Walls is going to get a bit of a run here. Lindsay's also going to have a run. He's going to have no choice but to push William Schmidt. Well, Walls gets pushed by Budem. Like, which tandem's going to go better than the one? I'm predicting the one on the outside works better. As we have another tandem behind them with Hancock and, I think that was Doyle. Or no, Justin Johnson and Enoch Hancock.
Yeah, no, you got to make some good friends here, as it's going to be more of a political race. As well, put it plain and simple, whoever can push the other one better to the lead, they're going to like think about them later on. Like, yeah, wait a minute, that guy pushed me to the lead later. I might need to rely on him later when things come to fruition. So,
well, Michael Walls is trying to make a run to the lead there, but Ethan O'Connor, he has the advantage with the fact that he can give these guys the dirty air, make them push their tires a little harder. But he's also pushing it. Remember, these trucks are basically close to being flat out, so you really got to play it really easy with these trucks compared to how you think you can drive them, as we see with Ethan O'Connor here.
you know,
Michael Walls is going to make the... As Michael Walls makes the look to the inside, and he's actually going to make the run happen. Ethan O'Connor, not really a run that he was able to get on Walls, so Walls is going to be able to pull away a bit from that. And this race could really help out if Michael Walls could just win this race. If he has a mediocre Martinsville, we go to Homestead, we know what Michael Walls has been able to do on those intermediates here.
And yeah, when we going into Martinsville, I hate to be asking questions early, especially with halfway of the race left. But some of these guys, you know, they're not really known for their performances at Martinsville, so they are definitely feeling the pressure now more than anything else.
Hey, remember how I was talking about Quan struggling and being in the 16th position? He just made a pass. He just broke the top 10 for the first time all race. Now he's got Gage Bennett in front of him. He's going to be looking for that 9th position after clearing Logan Doyle off of 2.
Yeah, no, here he goes on Gage. He's going to be on the inside here. Gage didn't get entirely on that bottom due to the trailing car in front of him of River Jones.
Yeah, but Jones, he's going to be following Enoch Hancock in front of him. He's going to follow the pack to the bottom. That's actually going to benefit Quan a bit. Quan is in that stage right now that I was talking about. He is better running. He is struggling on the bottom as much as some of these guys are struggling on the top, and that is what's helping him be able to slide through this pack like he is right now. Moving up from 16th to now the 8th position, the 9th position here.
Yeah, and well,
really only one driver side by side up front. It's Budemlick side by side with the 99 and 02.
You know, this pack is surprisingly, well, not really surprisingly, but they've spread it out pretty much. as you can see here, Michael Walls is going to be crossing the line here. But if you take a look back to 10th place, they're crossing the line now. But let's go drop back to 20th. What a gap. That's 5 seconds on the leader, pretty much.
Yeah, Mason Brown, he's like the only guy who's he's the only guy really that you saw ripping the wall like Larson would, and well, it's been hurting him a lot more than he's wanting it to. So might have burnt up his stuff a little too much there. Looking back at the front here, we got a couple guys who are side by side in the corner. It looks like Budemlick and Lindsay were on the outside while everyone else was on the inside. Lindsay once again getting that wall. That wall is not his friend today. As he's going to get a push from Budemlick, actually hitting the wall in a way seems to benefit Lindsay. In a really messed up way, it seems to be benefiting him. So every time he does that, he ends up getting a bump trap from the guy behind him. Well, he gets a better run than he would have if he didn't hit the wall.
Yeah. And judging on how hard you hit the wall, it goes from minor convenience to major problems. So for him right now, it's on more of the minor convenience scale. But later on, that could be just a big problem later on. He's being put 3 wide as we speak.
Yeah, Johnson, Budemlick, and Lindsay, all 3 wide right now. Justin's going to get tight. He's going to slot in behind Budemlick. Smart move by him. Ryan Kwan, look at him behind Justin Johnson. He's looking for the 7th spot, but he's going to get taken 3 wide by Jones and Hancock. Not what Kwan wanted to see at all. Zipka's down in pit road looking to maybe either get tires or more damage repair. But looks like, yeah, Rivers Jones is blinking a little bit, and there are drivers who are complaining about it.
Yeah, no, Rivers Jones, all season long, people have complained about him blinking, so not really a big surprise to see him doing his magic tricks now. It just makes him a bit harder to deal with when you get near him.
Yeah, Kwan, we thought he had the 7th spot, but, well, him having to be behind Hancock and Rivers, that's really not going to help his case with wanting to get up to the front like he's hoping. Fuel run should be interesting today if we can get a little feel and so.
Yeah, no.
Meanwhile, they're pretty calm up front.
Yeah, no. If you can hear from the way that they're throttling up, that with how much the tires have worn down from about 5 laps ago when we were on the onboard Budemlick, you can hear how much they're letting off the gas on entry, and just you can just hear it for yourself right now.
Yeah, you can. These are really vehicles that can get better as the long run goes on. Racing product-wise, you really want something that you don't want to be full throttle. You don't want it to race like a super speedway. You want something that the drivers actually have to drive, and that's what this truck is providing with us right now. Second on back, pretty good fight, but Michael Walls, well, he's liking this behind him because there's not really much of a battle for him.
And I think we're crossing into that window where we start talking about fuel and tire strategy here. They ran long enough, about, I believe, 30 laps already now. So we got to start asking, when do they pit?
Well, we've gone from whenever the caution came out, so I believe that was around lap 16. So we're coming on like 25 laps here. And surprisingly, okay.
I know they're still holding on 3 wide right there for that's third still. They're still going at it.
Well, you really see these guys really playing it hard here. For the 3rd position, Budemlick is really dooring Justin Johnson. Don't know what was going on
just running out. Holy!
Yeah, doesn't seem like Budemlick. Justin got into him a little bit off 2. Accidental. And, well, Budemlick almost wrecked Justin Johnson. If that would have wrecked Budemlick, if he would have wrecked himself there, would have been easily the end of his chase hopes. But luckily the trucks are stable enough to where that didn't do anything to him. It's really interesting right now. We got 2 packs going on in front of us here. The pack in front here, the top 6 really are in their own pack. And Ryan Kwan, he's trying to get out of the pack that he's been battling with for a while, and it looks like he finally will be able to do that as Rivers Jones was able to get into the wall there. And now he's going to get side drafted by Enoch Hancock. This is what Kwan wanted to see. This is what he needs behind him if he wants any shot to get to these guys up in front.
Yeah, and well, I think we do got to give an update for those guys that spun out on that restart there. Duncan Fawn or Camden Elric. Yeah, Camden Elric's going on the danger of being a lap down. That's Walls right behind him right there.
Ehrlich didn't hit anything. He's just running dangerously slow right now. Like he was like only up to 150 something on the straightaway there.
Yeah, no, I think
he's not going to be in a good spot right here. He's going to be in a terrible spot, almost a terrible spot for these guys to catch him. Payson Lindsay trying to take advantage of Ehrlich to get his draft, but Lindsay's going to have to move lower to get by him.
Oh, no. Oh, he's hugging the wall right now. But that's going to probably possibly allow a bridge for Ryan Kwan right here. That's going to allow him to draw the draft from the 6 right now. So it's going to make it a lot easier for him to get into that front pack.
Yeah, Justin Johnson, last car in the front pack. Well, now the front pack is a loose term because O'Connor and Walls have really pulled away from these guys battling from 3rd on back, 3rd through 6th. And now what you really have going on, well, Sipka's actually on fresh tires here, so he's just flying by everyone. Kwan's going to have to follow him through the field here. That might actually be the answer to get some of these guys back together, Lucas Sipka. But Justin Johnson throwing a slide job there on Payson Lindsay. Lindsay's trying to look back to the inside, but it wasn't exactly going to work here. Looks like we have guys pitting in. Dylan Fox, Ethan McCook, those guys have announced that they are pitting. Hunter Winkler's in the pits. John Babineau's in the pits. That looks to be Ethan McCook, who we talked about. McCook overshot his stall too far to the left. He's going to have to back up. That's really going to hurt him here. And look at that. Half a lap ago, Lucas was nowhere near these guys. Now he's about to pass the 3rd place guy, Nicholas Budemlik, trying to get one of his laps back here once he gets to Walls and O'Connor.
Yeah, for reference here, Michael Walsh just ran a 44.06. Lucas Sipka ran a 42.7. He's at almost a 2-second difference here. And, well, you can just see it for yourself right here.
Payson Lindsay slowing up. He's going to be pitting in. Gage Bennett actually said thanks. Oh, Lindsay almost spun it on entry here. He's going to get slowed down just in time. Could have been really bad if Lindsay had sped there. And now we still got a raging battle going on here. Budemlik and Schmidt are side by side with each other. But now they're sort of, in a way, catching Michael Walls, who had to let Lucas Sipka go by him. William Gregory announces he's going to be pitting in. Interesting to see who else pits in this lap, if anybody up front. Who's going to be the second major pitter from the front pack here? It looks like Johnson may have been slowing up, but it was actually Johnson is slowing up. Johnson's pitting. Kwan's going to be pitting here. Enoch Hancock's going to be pitting.
Yeah, I believe that's Rivers Jones joined them as well.
William Gregory's going to join them. I don't think Rivers joined them, did he? I don't think he did. Oh, Payson Lindsay riding the grass there. Is he going to be able? He's going to get out right in front of the leaders here. Actually going to go right up top in front of Walls. Yeah, he pinched Walls high a little bit. Had John Babineau to hold Walls back a little bit. Really, that's just going to let Payson Lindsay get by him through the turn. But look how much Walls is slowing up. I think he's coming in the pit this time. Yeah, Walls and O'Connor pitting this time.
You know, they don't want to tire. O'Connor doesn't want a tire difference. He knows he can catch Walls here. And we've seen him lead a couple laps against them. So he's going to follow him right along here. So the pit box entry is going to be the most important here for both of them.
Yeah, Ryan Kwan currently leaving pit road right now. He's going to be able to come out in front of Budemlik. Now he's going to be side by side. with Budimlik. He's going to be
Into
side by side
O'Connor
with William
misses his
Schmidt.
pit stall.
Oh no! That's going to be
This might-
crucial.
Oh no!
Now that might make it. Pace and Lindsay might be one of the only contenders here. William Schmidt comes down the pit road. Nicholas Budimlik comes down the pit road. Are they going to make it? Oh, Budimlik almost overshot. Same with Schmidt here. Ethan Moses with a smooth entry.
Ethan O'Connor, no.
So looking back here, I'm just looking at where everyone came out after they pit here. Pace and Lindsay appears to be the provisional leader right now. As you see, was able to get out ahead of Michael Walls. And then Lucas Sipka is lapped. So Justin Johnson provisionally second. Walls third. Looks like Ryan Kwan maybe fourth. I think Gage Bennett would actually be fourth. Gage pit pretty early.
Yeah, I think he was
Kwan
one of the
fourth.
first. Yeah.
Jacob Mitchell will be. Actually, I don't know. Gonna have to figure out where all these guys are. I think a lot of these guys may have pit. Now, real question is this going to be a lot of these guys' last pit stops?
Yeah, no, I think these
I'm not
guys
really
really
sure.
stretched their fuel out because if this is more about tires and speed, you would have saw the pit a lot earlier. So let's go through the math there. They pitted around like I believe when the yellow came out, that was around like lap 15. They were able to run they were able to run about 30 laps here. So with them pitting on lap 50, that puts them into a comfortable zone here to run it all the way to the finish now. Some of these guys that pitted early, they're going to have to possibly save a little bit more than anything else. Or hope for yellow here in the end.
Quan and Johnson pit around lap 46. It's about a 29 lap run to the end here. They should not have any issues here. William Schmidt, who's on fresh tires, pushes Logan Doyle a bit out of the way here. As look at this tire advantage Schmidt's about to have. He's going to be able to pass Doyle. Give the second, he'll be by Enoch Hancock. This really puts into perspective what 1 lap on a tire versus 0 laps on a tire can do for a person here. William Schmidt hit a couple laps after Enoch Hancock, and well, without issue, he's going to fly right by him.
Yeah, just like how a toothpick changes a person.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get that one.
You just gotta see it to believe it. A toothpick changes everything.
May give out a little more aura here. As you see with someone like, say, let's see,
Schmidt.
Nicholas Budimlik could use more aura. William Schmidt gets by Enoch Hancock.
Yeah, no. We could have just said plain and simple, William Schmidt. Sponsorless for, well, the couple races we saw him after the big win. And with the sponsor now, he's got a little bit more sauce on the truck now, pretty much.
Yeah, well, kind of curious where some of these people are. Actually, where's... Talking about people who may have been involved in wrecks. Corbin Collins is in 21st right now. After murdering a man, he is in 21st.
And, well, I don't think he had a choice in murdering him. It's
accidental murder. What would that be, like manslaughter?
That's homicide.
Okay, yeah. Corbin Collins after committing a
dude.
homicide in turn 3.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, though, Payson Lindsay still got the lead. Michael Walls has closed that gap. Justin Johnson's also closing that gap in a bit, as John Babineau is going to give Johnson a little bit of a nudge on the backstretch here.
You know, he wants him to get closer to these top two, because if you let them drive away, your chances of winning are going to drop tremendously.
You also want to be right next to the top 2 when they start battling. Michael Walls is almost getting forced down by Payson Lindsay. Lindsay is holding him all the way on the apron here. When's he going to let up? When's he going to let Michael Walls get in front?
Yeah,
Lindsay's going to go all the way high, try and maybe get a better entry into the corner, but Walls just has the tires. He just has the tire advantage on Lindsay here. Lindsay may have a little bit of a run, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get him in the 3.
You never know. Well, actually, no. With the way he's snaking down the backstretch, you do know he's going to be side by side here, going into 3.
Yeah, Pace and Lindsay tried to look to the outside, gonna cross back down, try and get under Walls, but Walls, he just has the tire advantage. That's really what it comes down to. Johnson here gonna try and give Lindsay a shove if he can. Doing anything he really can. Johnson trying to play spoiler for the second time this season. This time, the fans might call it a little more legitimate.
Hey.
Okay.
Don't slander the guy like that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's mean.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think fuel mileage is one of the coolest ways you can win a race. I will always, if we talk about that in like real life, I always defend Austin Dillon's first win. Because fuel mileage takes a lot of patience. And some drivers don't have that patience. Justin Johnson was one of those that had it. Especially in a truck like this.
Yeah, especially at a track like Atlanta.
And well, in a way, this is kind of similar to Atlanta. You know, old surface, bumpy pavement. Well,
and the configuration doesn't exist anymore in real life.
Yeah, that's true too. Except this one's, well, right now Justin Johnson's driving on dirt.
No, he's not even driving on dirt at this point. I think he's driving through a facility right now.
Oh yeah, he's driving through a warehouse right now. I believe that's owned by who? Amazon or like a toilet paper
I think that's Amazon.
Maybe the toilet paper company that caught on fire recently. You heard about that one?
No, I haven't. Enlighten me.
I guess like an employee in Fontana was not happy with his employer and lit some merchandise, aka toilet paper, on fire. With people in the building.
Oh God.
Yeah. California for you. Surprisingly, Lindsay's holding on to Michael Walls here.
Yeah, no, draft is a major factor here, plain and simple.
Well, what else is a major factor is tires. Look at John Babineau here. He was in the contention for the lead. All of a sudden, William Schmidt's looking to pass him, and right after Schmidt, Ryan Kwan's looking to pass him too.
Yeah, and also, I do want to admit, I did see him about a couple seconds ago, but that was Mason Brown. That's going to be right in front of Michael Walls here, so there's going to be a little bit of lap car interference here later on in the race.
What we also missed just now is Justin Johnson made a very big slide down to the inside to try and get under Lindsay. He's going to drive it into the corner a little deeper, hoping to slide up in front of the 99. So 99's smart. Does he push Johnson, try and get Johnson to Micah? Because remember, a win does pay a little more. A win versus second place is a little worse than, say, a win second place versus third place here. So I think if I'm pacing Lindsay at this point, I know my tires can't do anything. Justin's tires can do something, and Justin is not someone that I have to worry about if I'm pacing Lindsay. And we see what it's really doing for him. Justin Johnson is catching Michael Walls, and I believe Michael Walls pit a little earlier than Johnson, actually.
And as you see with the onboard of Justin Johnson, that lap car, the 09 up ahead, he's going to provide a little bit of a problem here, probably on corner entry for Michael Walls.
Maybe corner entry, but on the backstretch right here, Walls now has the same amount of draft as off of the 09 as Justin has off of him. You can see Justin, look at how close he's getting to that wall. You can see sparks coming out the truck.
Yeah, you feel like a little bit of a squeak anytime they get it. Like, he taps it a little bit. Yeah, no, they're going to be side by side here.
Look at this. That provided a bit of a problem. Yeah, that provided a bit of a problem. Walls had to get out of it to not hit the 09, but now he's trying to push him. Maybe try and do something just to get away from Justin here.
Yeah, no, this is going to hurt Justin Johnson here in this corner at least. Or, well, maybe not actually.
Yeah, Justin Johnson is going to be looking for a run here.
Oh, this has been a pretty good race so far.
Yeah, sorry, Mom came to the door. Yeah, Justin Johnson's still looking on Michael Walls here.
Yeah, basically, Lindsay's actually scraping the wall a little bit in the back.
Coming to 15 to go here. Well, Lindsay has a lap car right behind him, but right behind that lap car, that's William Schmidt. And it's going to be really interesting to see really how this race just plays out at the end here. Lindsay in the third position, really falling back to William Schmidt. He might, by the end of this, we could see him fall all the way back to maybe where Quan is, depending on how much he uses the tires up. And that's what we talked about. I think we talked about with like Trafari this season. Trafari's been able to point it out. Unfortunately, not at this race tonight. Yeah, Trafari's been pointing out. Lindsay is always a short run driver. He's one of the best short run drivers you'll see. On the long run, though, he seems to lose his stuff, and this is one of those tracks we see him lose his stuff. Similar to Darlington, I think is like Darlington and Atlanta are like the only examples really where Lindsay hasn't lost out on a long run speed, you know?
I think we might need to hold the phone a little bit. No, not yet. But pretty much Justin Johnson's getting to the back end of that 7 machine now, so it's getting a little bit uncomfortable here for the lead.
Michael Wall's a master of defense here. We've seen it time and time again on these intermediates. Johnson running a little higher in 3 and 4, and what you notice around this track, during the daytime, you can run a little bit higher, and that's going to play an instrumental role for you here. Justin Johnson running a little higher. He's going to try and get to Michael Wall's outside. Wall's is going to block the outside. He knows if he can get Johnson on the inside here, he can try and defend that, which he is going to do here. Johnson trying to go as low as he can without getting in that dirty air. Walls are going to hold him down a bit, but Johnson's actually going to have a bit of a run. Walls is the one who's struggling right now.
Yeah,
so Johnson,
it's like how a switch flip for that 7 machine. We were talking about how much like he's been good at this, but now he's just struggling a little bit. That bottom line's heating up, and I think it's starting to hurt Walls more than anything else.
Yeah, for the second time, we could see Michael Walls maybe lose out to a non-chaser in the first race of a round of the chase here. Remember, lost out to Kyle Turzak. Turzak, who was pretty quick at that race, admittedly. But right now, Walls trying to hold off Justin Johnson, who was really able to win when, remember, Walls struggled at Atlanta, got an early wreck. So Justin Johnson snaking down the backstretch, trying to follow Michael Walls, trying to get any run he can on him. You see it what Johnson's doing. He's just running higher and higher in the corners. But watch this. Michael Walls gets on the apron a little bit. Johnson's going to run a little lower, and that's going to allow Justin Johnson to build a huge run down the front stretch here. Going to have that draft out the 7 truck as they come to 11 laps to go around Fontana.
And on board with the 7 here. It's a guessing game on what lane to run here.
We get Johnson running the outside in 1 and 2 this time. Trying to get any run he can on Walls. Going to diamond it down. And, well, Justin may need another lap car if he's going to have any help getting the Walls. Walls actually got in the wall on the front stretch, on the back stretch here. No pun intended. And you could just see the difference in speed that Justin has to lose into the corner compared to Walls. That extra couple miles, that is always going to hurt you a little more on a corner entry. But Justin Johnson with a huge run on the front stretch here. If he can try and get to the outside, Walls knows to defend high. Johnson, I think he's going to try and dummy Walls into the corner here. As Johnson just gets right on the back bumper of the 7, trying to make the 7. What Justin's trying to do right now, he's trying to make the 7 overdrive the corner just enough to where maybe off the exit he has to let off a bit, allowing the 47 just to swoosh by him.
Yeah, no, a lot of people in this situation would kind of fold and crumble. But Walls, who's been, really used to these type of aero games here, he's been doing a great job right now. With, 9 laps to go at the line right now, it's still just Walls and Johnson. And Schmidt's just still going to be a second thought to these front 2.
Well, give it a second here. The second Johnson's able to send it on Walls, the second they're able to get side by side for a good bit, watch for William Schmidt to catch up. You see it at Auto Club all the time. Referencing a real life race, look back to what happened with Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin. Those two beat it and banged it out for about 2 whole laps. And by the time they got to turn 3, they were already losing to Kyle Busch on the outside there. So you really got to be careful with when you make your move, how you make your move, and if you can get that move done in time. And right now, Justin might just be playing it safe. It's 9 coming to 8 to go here. You could see him playing it safe, maybe not trying to send it on Walls as hard. Give it to the last lap. Maybe you'll see Justin go a little harder. But it looks like Justin may be falling a bit.
Yeah, no, I completely agree here. when you start the battle with for like the lead, you gotta leave like a sizable gap that and well, let's just put it simply, when they start battling, that's gonna allow third place to catch up real quick, especially here at Auto Club. So they might have to bide their time just a little bit so that well, let's put it plain and simple, so that they don't lose out to third place pretty much. And but Justin Johnson might need to step on it a little bit more. He could be holding back a little bit, but he could be hitting it a little bit more as well. You just kind of let off the gas a little bit. That's Michael Wallace will know that, and he will try to drive away from you, and well, that'll relieve the pressure.
Look at the way the 7 car just gets the car. Like, you could see how it rotates in the middle of 2 there. I think that's really what's allowing Walls to get away, because Justin can't just get that little weird rotation that we've seen the 7 get in there. So Johnson, he's going to have to find something new if he's going to get to Walls. Looking up the road here, no lap cars anytime soon. Hunter Winkler's just now crossing the start-finish line. And, well, that lap was a 44.3. This lap's going to be a 43.7 for Walls. That's just not enough time for Walls to catch up to Winkler. So it's really Justin just needs to find something, which looks like he's found a bit of a run here. He's going to be able to find a bit lower off of 2. That might give him enough of a run down the backstretch here.
Yeah, no, they've been fast. Like Justin Johnson has been faster than the 7. Even though it's by like small amounts, that dirty air, just when he gets right up and close with them, is just hurting him pretty much.
I just realized they're passing John Babineau. He has a bit of damage from something earlier. We did not see that. We might have to go look back at that. But right now, a little more important, Justin Johnson's looking for the lead once again. 4 or 5 laps to go here around Fontana.
Yeah, no, it's go time now. 5 laps left in this race. Justin Johnson wants to win it again. Michael Wallace wants to make sure that he has an easier time at Martinsville. 2 different mindsets right now, but they're clashing for this win now.
Yeah, Justin Johnson, you know, that baseball bat you get for a trophy in mind. He's trying everything he can to get Michael Walls. The wooden baseball bat, one of the most prestigious trophies here around Auto Club. As we got a bit of a gaggle going on in the back, Budimlik put Kwan down on the apron in the middle of the turn. And, well, Kwan's actually going to get a bit of help from a lap car. That could have gone really bad if Nicky had blocked a second later. Here comes Johnson on the outside for the lead.
Well, will it stick? He's going to have to run here. Go.
Johnson not quite able to hang on the door off the turn here, but he's going to have the bigger run on Michael Walls in the 3. If he can get to Walls inside here, if he can just send him, door him up the track here, that might be Justin's best bet around this place.
Yeah, but I think he's trying to save that car here for the end, as Johnson trying to find a way around him. But I think the solution is to be through him. But
yeah, well,
that's like. Go ahead.
They're on 3 to go now, and well, Justin really wants 2 more laps to go by, and then he wants to be able to do whatever. Because 2 laps from now, they can't call a yellow. They can't stop the race. Right now, Justin just wants this race to go completely green to the end. Unlike the last time he won, he wants this race to go green. This is probably his best opportunity to be able to get Walls.
Yeah, no, for him, he's holding his breath. We're going to be at 2 to go at the line, and well, let's put it simply, there's about 28 cars on this field right now, so any one of them besides these 2 up front, they could cause him to shake this entire race.
Yeah, Lucas Sipka gets in the wall in the back there. Accidentally got in the wall there. Kind of worrying, but we don't want to see that yellow come out, as Justin Johnson is able to get to Michael Walls. He's going to have a bit of a runoff too. I think we're going to see him send it when it comes down to the white flag, as long as we make it to the white flag. We have a bit of a gaggle going on in the back here. Hunter Winkler has been caught, contrary to popular belief. What is Hunter Winkler gonna do? Is he gonna get in the line of Michael Walls? Is he gonna get in Justin Johnson's way? Here they come, 1 lap to go, presented by Tung Sahur. Justin Johnson trying to do anything he can to get to Michael Walls. Lap car is gonna be in the way here.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be it right here. Going into one for the final time this race. Justin Johnson's got to find a way to do something against Michael Walls
Black Car's
here. They're
gonna
gonna
hold the
get,
7 though. Johnson's gonna have a run.
yeah. As here comes Justin L. Johnson. He's gonna try to make a move here. Going to the 3 for the final time. It's just
Johnson.
between these two. Walls on the
Driving in there.
apron. Justin Johnson right on the bumper.
get on the back
It's gonna be
bumper.
between these two. Coming out of 4 for the final time. Michael Walls holds off Justin Johnson, winning big here from Auto Club.
Oh, Hunter Winkler almost became Justin Johnson's favorite person. As Payson Lindsay on the grass there. He's gonna be dead in the 1.
Wow.
Big day. Big day.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, what a masterclass by the 7 of Michael Walls. We were talking about him back when we started the broadcast. We were talking about how he hasn't been himself right now, but for these past few races. But today, well, he's back into form. He got the win here, and he's gonna be looking a little bit more comfortable going into Martinsville.
Yeah, everyone giving Michael Walls. Well, the 85 gave Michael Walls a congratulatory tap of pain and suffering here, as we saw in 4. Well, that's a good day. If you're a chaser, this was a good day for you, unless your name was, unless you were the 61 of Duncan Faw. Today was a good day as a chaser.
Yeah, I absolutely agree here. But just wow.
Great battle
Michael
to the end
Waltz
there.
was on the apron there, and he managed to still keep the win there.
You would have thought, I mean, especially with how this track races, I would have thought if Justin had like just a little more bumper to work with, or if he had a little more speed to work with on the 7 there, he was able to get that tap to him, but these trucks can take taps pretty well. So if Justin had maybe more of the left rear to work with, I think Justin would have had the better shot to get to the 7.
Yeah, no, all right. Well, coming out of Fontana, Michael Walls gets the win for the first race of the final round. Justin Johnson almost played spoiler. He's going to be in 2nd. William Schmidt's going to be 3rd with Budimlik in 4th. Ryan Kwan's 5th with Payson Lindsay 6th. Ethan Moses, good finish in 7th. Edith Hancock takes it in 8th. I heard that. Don't get back here. River Jones in 9th. Hey, what's talking about Gage Bennett? He got a 10th place finish here.
Oh, wow. Good job by Gage Bennett there. Henry Kalhoff comes home in the 11th position with William Gregory in 12th. Dylan Fox comes home in 13th with Logan Doyle 14th. Jacob Mitchell gets a top 15 here in Auto Club. Good run for him today. Eli Bodine gets the 16th place with Ethan O'Connor, who we saw running up front, having to sell for 17th. Oscar Johnson-Lew is going to get 18th. Corbin Collins, he gets 19th after an interesting early on in the race incident. And Ethan McCook's going to be in 20th.
Duggan Falls 21st. AJ Lombardi 22nd. Levi Light 23rd. Hunter Winkler is going to be the first car lap down. Mason Brown in 25th. Camden Elric 26th. John Babinews 27th. Lucas Sipka 28th. Miles Davis 29th. Jared Wilson's going to be 30th. And I believe that's going to be our last car of the field.
Yep. Cole Wilson and Gilbert Ruiz were not able to start the race, unfortunately. So, yeah. Time to talk to the race winners with our new 1-question rule that we have been given.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No, we
Alrighty.
have Contrafari missing, so we each get 2 questions.
Good point. Anyways, Michael Walls, first win after a hot minute, but most importantly, a crucial win. First race of the final round. How we feeling?
It feels good. We really needed that one, to be completely honest with you. Going into these next couple races, I was kind of a little worried. I was worried somebody was gonna try to be a chud and take me out, but yeah, that happened. So.
And Marcus, you
Micah. Yeah, Micah, we were a little worried about the momentum you were showing in the first round there. it got a little worrying. Kwan was able to close the points lead substantially at the end of that first round, but starting off the second round, it seems like you're what do you call it? Seems like you were able to prove us all wrong, get the win. Are you feeling more comfortable into Martinsville knowing that you now have this over? I think the next highest chaser was in fourth.
Yeah, I mean, going into Martinsville, I mean, I just recently did a league race there in the truck and was pretty good there, so I feel pretty confident going in there. And Homestead's one of my better tracks, and we'll hopefully have the championship kind of on lock going into there. So
Yeah, and well,
Wayne, you next.
yeah. Well, is there anybody you want to shout out back at home? Anybody sponsors? Anybody else?
shout out Jared Wilson, that's my lawyer. Shout out Cockroaches, and yeah, shout out Donald Stern.
All right, last
Oh.
question before you get out of the booth here. What's your favorite burger place and why?
Personally, for me, because I live in the boonies, probably Sonic. So
You know what? That's not a
Nice.
bad choice.
Yeah.
I don't got a whole lot of other burger places around me that are compared to that. So
Fair
Yep.
enough.
Well, all right, then, Michael Walls. We wish you luck at Martinsville next week. So, yeah, you have a good night after this nice win.
appreciate it.
That gets us our second place finisher, Justin Johnson, almost getting number 2 on the season here. I believe it's been only the third driver to get another win this season. Is that correct? Maybe the fourth?
I believe so. I think that's a little bit correct. I'll have to correct you later on, but yeah, Justin Johnson, second place. You almost got the win there from Walls. What was the game plan there?
Going into that last pit cycle, I knew the undercut would be better. Peyton did it first. He got out there first, and honestly, if I knew how much fuel I needed, I think I would have came in a few laps sooner. But ended up working out. Just didn't really have anything for Mike at the end. It was so hard to pass on the bottom, and the run wasn't just big enough on the straightaways. So just had to make something work when I could, but unfortunately couldn't make it happen. And we P2 is what it is.
Yeah, well, Justin, I mean, honestly, we had ideas of who we would see up front. I don't think Wayne and I expected you to be the one going for the win. We were talking about earlier how Atlanta and Auto Club may be similar in many different ways. Based on like how old the pavement was, how the pavement drove. Would you be able to agree on that, or is there like any differences, any similarities you were able to use to your advantage here?
Yeah, I definitely think that this track, just since it eats tires, a lot of the guys that usually run up front are going to struggle. They can't really save their stuff, so it really played into my expertise and definitely helped me. But it's such a draft heavy track, you need to be up there too. So two sides of the coin, but the tire wear definitely helped me out a lot.
And well,
Wayne,
going on to next week, we're gonna be going to the paperclip, the half-mile Martinsville. What's gonna be the big plan there now?
Well, I'm not in this for points. I'm only in this for wins, and that is not a track I particularly enjoy. So we'll see what happens, but no, don't get your hopes up for Martinsville.
Well, I guess before we get to the anyone you want to thank question, what's your favorite burger place, Justin?
Burger place. That's a good question. I'm from Georgia, so Chick-fil-A is usually what I eat when I go out. I
That's
don't
not a
really eat too
burger.
much burgers. I know it's not a burger. I don't really eat burgers too much, but if I had to pick, I probably end up going. You know what? No, I was in Texas one time, and I was in San Diego. Sorry, and I had In-N-Out. I think In-N-Out's probably my favorite burger place. It's really
Justin
good.
Johnson with the correct answer here.
Oh my
Sending it over
god!
to you, Wayne.
Alrighty, is there anyone you want to shout out watching back at home or any sponsors?
No one to shout out today. Just me today. I didn't have no teammates help me out. And Marcus, I heard you slandering me during the race. I had no one to listen to, so I was listening to the broadcast, and you said,
Yeah, my
Way
bad,
to
gang.
go,
yeah,
Marcus.
exactly. I heard that. I heard
My
that. I
bad,
really
gang.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we had to figure out after. I mean, I don't know if you appreciate being compared to Austin Dillon and the patience he took to win the 600, but
Oh, man,
that's kind of
awful.
the example
That's
I had to use.
awful.
Austin Dillon, I think the 600 was one of his best wins. I think
I
that
would
was
I
actually
would
a
agree
good
with that.
win.
I would agree with that. Listen, I just don't show up to too many races. I haven't had a full season under my belt here. Just give me some time. I'll get a few. I'll be up
Oh,
there a
yeah.
lot.
Well, my bad about the slander there, Justin. But yeah, it was nice having you up here. Thank you for talking to us.
Of course. Thank you guys.
Oh, now going on to third place, William Schmidt. We saw that fresh paint scheme out there. Good to see you got third after, well, all the calamity that was happening throughout this race. How are we feeling after that?
I'm feeling pretty good. I wish I had somebody to draft off of there at the end because I felt like I had the speed to catch them because I was probably like 4 or 5 seconds back of them after my pit stop, and I closed into about a second and a half gap, but I just stalled there. I could not gain any more time after a second and a half. So I don't know. Hopefully later at Homestead, it's not as draft heavy as what Auto Club was, but I mean, I like that we had a good run, a good long run. You know, tires wore in. I figured, you know, I would have the advantage on the long run since I was one of the last guys to pit, and I don't know what happened to Nicky there on his pit stop. I thought he was going to come out before me, and the way I was exiting the pits, I thought he was in my blind spot with the A pillar, and you know, I crossed over to where he would be, and he wasn't there. So I was like, oh, where'd he go? But it worked out. Got a P3 out of it. The truck looked really good. I'm really happy how the truck turned out. But yeah, I just wish I had somebody to draft off of there at the end to be able to catch up to them.
Yeah, well, William, I mean, a couple weeks ago you won the Glen. I'm honestly not sure how Bristol went last week, but I mean today I know you're a California native, so how big would have a win today, your second win in NASCAR, had been coming at one of your home tracks?
Oh, it would have been awesome. I mean, obviously the place isn't around anymore, so there's a bit of a, you know, sentimentality to it. But yeah, I would have probably done a burnout across the whole front stretch if I won this thing. So yeah, I wanted this one bad, but I mean, I don't know. The draft does not play favorites, unfortunately.
Yeah, ultimately,
Yeah.
I think you do know that next week we go to Martinsville, right? So what's going to be the big game
Oh
plan
yeah.
there?
Well, the big game plan is I'm bringing back the Aero truck. That is a Robbie Gordon throwback that ran at Martinsville, so I'd be dumb to not run it.
Okay.
Martinsville, I'm okay there. Probably not the greatest, but I'd say I'm probably better than most. I'd say my expectations are a top 5.
Oh, top
Well,
five's pretty good, yeah.
before we thank anybody, what's your favorite burger place, William?
Well, I'm gonna be really bland with this one. Wendy's. It's convenience. Like I literally drive 5 minutes. There's a Wendy's right there. So.
Dude, you know what? If it's not In-N-Out, Wendy's is a very respectable choice.
Yeah,
That
I
is a
mean,
very
I do
respectable
have an
choice.
In-N-Out near me. It's like probably a 10-minute drive, but yeah, I mean, Wendy's is like right there, so that's just what I normally go get.
You know what? I mean, both are pretty good burgers for what their prices are, so
Yep.
either or works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back to the anybody you want to thank for tonight, going into next week?
Yeah, of course. I want to thank my team, SKS Motorsports. I think Walker's doing pretty good on the Cup side. I don't think he raced at Bristol. I think he was actually out in Cali. I think he was doing some K1 stuff. But I saw he won the the Cup race after I won the truck race at Watkins Glen. So that was a nice SKS sweep. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. I want to thank Chris Lilly and everybody that runs this league for putting it on. And yeah, that's about it.
Well,
Well,
thank you for your time, Schmidt. Well, we hope to see you at Martinsville next week. Hopefully, we see you survive that one.
Yeah, I hope to survive too. It's I'm not anticipating it's going to be a clean one.
Next week's gonna be a test of everyone's sanity.
Oh yeah, 100%.
yep. Well, all right, then we'll let you go for now, and well, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you guys. Pleasure talking to you.
Hope so. Tune in. Well, tune in on Monday for when the Cup guys go to Auto Club. And well, tune in next Friday when I don't broadcast the Truck Series at Martinsville.
Wait, who's broadcasting next week?
Gavin.
I get to be in the booth with Gavin.
Yeah. Roll time's
Let's
sake.
go.
So yeah,
Okay.
I will not be there for Martinsville, so sorry to tell you guys all that back at home. And Well, most importantly, for everybody
Wayne,
to
does this
go
mean
back at home. Go ahead, Marcus.
does this mean Gavin's driving your car at Martinsville?
Oh no, hell no.
Okay, good.
No, I drive my car. I drive my car and I go 5 laps down on pace, as God intended.
As God intended.
Yep. So well, everybody back at home, I'd like to thank Marcus Vanderlee for helping me out in the booth here, and well, we'll meet again not next week, but the week after that. So for the rest of you guys that are still watching,